It's pretty cold out here in the Chamonix region of France. But guess what? We're not really in Chamonix. Today's topic is green screens, how to set them up, and how to use them. Stay tuned. Hello there, so welcome back. So basically what we're going to be doing is, first thing I'll show you is where to get a green screen. And I mean, there's lots of places. If you do a search on the internet, you're going to find lots of places that sell them. I'll show you what I'm currently using, and it works really well for me. Sorry, I got to kind of look around my camera here as I'm doing this. Okay, so bringing up Chrome, and if we go to Amazon. By the way, I'm going to make links for these green screens available below so that you know exactly where to get them. So green screen. Actually, let's go to Amazon.com so you can see it in US pricing. Obviously, Amazon.ca is on the Canadian side because we're in Canada. So green screen. So this here is, I mean, this works. It's basically $18 for 6 by 9 feet. The difference between this one and this one is it looks like this one comes with 4 clamps. For $90, you're going to get the green screen, 10 foot by 12 foot, along with a couple of lights for, it looks like you're going to get the full lights for, and a lighting kit to kind of light it up. That's probably a pretty good deal. Now, the reason I'm not using that again is because I just don't have the room for it. I need something that's a little bit smaller, something that's easier to set up and move it around. With something like this, you want a bigger space, and then you're going to end up setting it up and probably keeping it there. And if you're going with something like this right here, 9 foot by 15 feet, once again, you need the space to set it up because it's 9 feet long. Now, the other thing that's really, really important, if you get a sheet like this, you have to make sure it's taut and that it's not, that there's not wrinkles and stuff in it. Because if there's wrinkles and stuff, that's going to affect the way the lighting is. The lighting will show up as shadows within all those wrinkles. So you want to make sure it's kind of stretched out. So you want to stretch it. Maybe you want to steam it, make sure it's perfectly flat. So those are two options. And then the one that I chose to go for, looks like right now, limited time deal, I went with the Elgato green screen. So it's a little bit more expensive, $129. Now, the nice thing about this one is, like I said, it's portable. So if you have limited space, it will work really well. And that's what I chose to go with because I've got limited space. And this way, when I'm finished with it, I just take it down, I put it away, and then I don't have to bring it back out until I'm ready. So like I said, check down in the show notes below, and there's going to be links to all of these screens. Yeah, let's see what else they've got here. That's pretty, blue. You can go with blue if you want. You don't necessarily have to go with green. These ones here, I haven't actually looked at them. Collapsible, reversible background, 5 foot by 7 foot. And then I guess you need some sort of a stand to mount it on. Maybe you mount it on a camera tripod or something like that. So once you've actually got your green screen, so now you've got your green screen, you got your lighting software to actually do it on. And what I suggest, there's actually a couple of different applications that you can use. If you've got a Logi webcam, as long as it has a chroma key option in it, you can use it. And I know that the Logi webcam does have the chroma key option, but what I personally use for everything is I use OBS Studio. And basically where you can get that from is basically go to do a search, go into Google or whatever you're using for OBS Studio and open broadcast software. It's free, it's powerful, a lot of people use it. And here you got a choice whether you want to download Windows, Mac, or Linux version. And then basically, I'm not going to show you how to install it because if you don't know how to install software, really, well, I guess if you don't know how to install it, you can post a message below and I'll tell you how to install it. But you should know how to install it. So basically get this software here, and then what you can do is we can configure this, which we're going to show in this next part. All right, so here we've got our green screen set up behind us, and just to show you, I mean, this is the one that I was showing you earlier. It's basically just a background screen, and you can see it's just kind of placed behind me on the floor down there. You can see maybe over on that side. All right, so the big challenge with the green screen is getting the lighting down pat, and unfortunately I don't have the perfect lighting in here, so it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to make it work as well as I can. I mean, you can get it kind of working. And you'll see here, for example, it's lighter up here and a little bit darker and a little bit lighter here as well. So like I said, you can make it work, but ultimately the best way is to make sure that lighting is absolutely perfect. And there's actually an app that you can get, I think both for Android and iOS, that will tell you what that perfect lighting is. So it's something that you could take a look at. Now, the first thing that we're going to do here is I'm just going to kind of crop this in so that I'm able to just see the screen, because otherwise this part here, there's going to be, and this part up here at the top, there's going to be a problem with. So if I hold down the Alt in OBS, and I'm going to just slide this over, and then I'm going to take the top and I'm just going to slide it down. So essentially, I am pretty much completely in the green screen right now. If I expand this out a bit. Okay, so expanding this out, you can see I'm pretty much completely in the green screen. And like I said, this lighting isn't that great. Now, what you really don't want is if I take my lights and I kind of turn them here and I point it, you see how it's, let's see, that's lighting things up a little bit here. So I've just got a light over here, which I am just kind of turning and trying to get the lighting to be a little bit better. Let's go back like this. Okay. Well, we're going to see how that turns out. We'll see how that turns out. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is I've got video capture device selected here. I'm going to right click on it and go to filters. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to the bottom part, effect filters, the bottom part here, and add chroma key. So there's a chroma key right there. I'll just call it chroma key. And now we have where it's basically showing us in the background what it's going to be like. And you'll see now, this is where that, see how those darker colors really show up. So I'm going to just see if I can kind of make that a little bit more even through this, just to see if I can just make that a little bit more even here. Oh, there you see, if I do that, there's a really bright there. It's not easy. No, it's not. Okay. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, so got it like that. There's still kind of a dark spot here. You notice also I got green around me, and you're obviously trying to eliminate that as well, but we may be able to kind of eliminate that a bit through here. So if I take this slider similarity, and you'll see now I'm actually able to, there we go. Now that's a little bit better. It's kind of grayed out or darked out all of this area. There's still a little bit of fuzziness around my head, but it's not too bad. And then there's a smoothness option, which we will put right about there. That looks like it's not too bad. Okay, so that looks pretty good now. So if I close this and minimize this down here, I've got my mountain background, which I selected before in OBS, and I'm just going to turn it on and, oh, it disappeared. Just a moment. I have to grab my video capture device and move it above it. There we go. So there I am in the mountains. If I want to make myself bigger, there I am. I'm still in the mountains. And you can pick whatever different types of backgrounds you have. So I'm going to put a link on there showing you where all these different things are. For example, if I want to add a different background here, I've got a whole bunch selected. I can go to media source, and we'll go media source 2. Okay. and browse, and let me just see here where I can find different video source, backgrounds. Let's pick Times Square. There we go. Open. And loop. We'll loop it. And okay. And okay, there I am in Times Square. Let me just get rid of my mountain background. Off that. And I'm going to move my video capture device. There we go. Let's just bring this down here. And up. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Up. There we go. So now I'm coming to you live from Times Square. Now you notice too that when I move my hand, because it's going out of that green screen area, it's obviously coming off. So that's once again where you want to make sure it's all kind of lined up perfectly. But that is how you set up a green screen and how you use it. So don't forget that if you found this video helpful, subscribe, ring that little bell button. Oh, look at that. When I can do this, it makes it green beside my finger too. Ring the little bell button so I know that you're interested, and I can certainly bring you more videos. And that's it. If you have any questions, comments, would like to know anything more about green screens, about what I'm using, please feel free to leave a comment. And like I said, the green screen that I'm currently using in this video, as well as some few other options that you may want to consider, are linked in the show notes below. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. There we go. Thank you very much. And we'll see you in Times Square later. All right. Bye now.